Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, I'm reviewing Streets of Rage 4. Let's get started. Streets of Rage 4 came out for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and for PC on April 30th. The game was supposed to release at $24.99. However, there is a 10% discount. Well, at the time of the review, there's a 10% discount, and the game is selling right now for $22.50. Streets of Rage 4 comes after Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. The first three games were released on the Sega Genesis, so it has been quite a while since we have seen a new entry into the series. I absolutely love the art style of this game. Initially, some people were a bit taken back and thought it looked like a Flash or a mobile game, and I couldn't disagree more. I think the artwork looks like a comic book brought to life. It's really crisp, it's really fluid, it works really well in this game. One tip for PC users: if you did install this game and you want to get the best experience out of it, head over into the options menu, then head down into the graphics settings, so it'll be under video. From there, go down to advanced options. For me, this game was set to high. By default, I had to set everything to ultra just to get the best picture possible. There's also a really interesting food option in the menu. You can change how the food looks in the game, what really gives you back your health. So if you are a vegetarian, for example, and don't want to see your character eating a chicken, you can change that to something like a burger or a salad. In the extras menu, there's a bunch of different things you can look at here, where you can see, for example, how the characters were designed and the inspirations behind each character. There's even galleries for enemies, so you can see how each enemy developed and more or less evolved from original Streets of Rage games. One thing I think is really neat about this game is that there are a lot of characters from each Streets of Rage game. So the more you play the game, the more you unlock. The more missions you complete, the more points you get, and with those more points you unlock more characters. So you can unlock characters from Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, along with the characters from Streets of Rage 4. And yes, the Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3 characters are completely pixelated, so it is a really interesting kind of visual mix between the old and the new. I really like this feature. Another feature I like about this game is the fact that each character plays different, and each version of each character plays different. For example, Axel from Streets of Rage 1 here plays different than Streets of Rage 2, 3, and 4 Axel. Each character has their own unique play style, and each character is suited for a specific level. You can use one character for the entire game if you would like, or you can switch things up from level to level. Every time you beat a mission, you're greeted with this comic book style of story. Now, the overall story in this game isn't the best. It's really not anything to write home about. I wouldn't really get excited over the story. If you are familiar with any of the Streets of Rage games, all of the stories are not the best. This one does pick up where the rest left off, but it's the gameplay that really makes it for this game. There are a bunch of different difficulty levels for this game, and one thing I really like is that in harder difficulty levels, the enemies don't become damaged sponges. They're just more of them, so there are less enemies in an easier difficulty and a lot more enemies in a harder difficulty. There are a ton of different enemies in this game, each with their own unique abilities. You have to learn each enemy inside and out and figure out the best way to take each one down. It really keeps you on your toes, especially when there are a ton of different enemies on the screen. I found the boss battles in this game difficult but rewarding. They're difficult at every level if you're not paying attention. You really have to pay attention. These battles will keep you on your toes. Each boss has different attack patterns. Each boss you need different strategies in order to beat. And at each stage of the boss's health, the attack patterns will change. So you really have to pay attention here, and it might actually take you a few tries in order to beat the boss. There are a total of 12 levels in this game. There's also bonus levels, so there's quite a variety of levels here, and you will have to play them over and over again in order to unlock everything in the game. Speaking of bonus levels, there are unique ways to unlock each bonus level, and each bonus level is a big throwback to the old Streets of Rage games. Streets of Rage 4 also has online multiplayer, so what you can do is either face against someone one-on-one or team up with them and tackle a level. Overall, this game exceeded my expectations, and I did have high expectations coming into this review. The graphics are great, the music is great, the gameplay is great, and there is a ton of replayability. For a price point of $24.99, in my opinion, this game is a steal and a definite pickup if you are into action or beat 'em ups or even retro gaming. But anyways, that is all I've got for today, so let me know what you think about Streets of Rage 4 in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Thank you everyone, take care.